Here are a few of the things to see on this week's VA News.
It's March. Let's hope that means better weather. We know it means it's Women's History Month.
The beleaguered Manhattan VA Medical Center is almost back from Hurricane Sandy's foul treatment.
We've got pictures and video highlights of the 2013 National Salute and Valentines for Veterans activities.
That and more on VA News this week.
Hello, I'm Adam Anasich with the Office of Congressional and Legislative Affairs.
And I'm Ann Chapieski with the Office of Administration. Thanks for watching today. March means spring is near. It also means this is Women's History Month. And at VA, that means activities to honor and highlight the service of women veterans. A number of events are planned to pay tribute to the nation's women who served or serve in uniform today. Women who served have paved the way for fellow female service members, and VA wants to take every opportunity to thank them all. The VA social media team has requested women veterans and service members to send photos and up to 500 words about their time in the military to post on the VA blog Vantage Point throughout the month of March. Take a look. Stories are already posted at the address on the screen.
Their care disrupted by Hurricane Sandy, veterans in New York City will at least be able to get VA outpatient services at the Manhattan VA Medical Center beginning this month. A date to reopen the 120-bed inpatient medical center and emergency services has not yet been determined, but Manhattan VA officials expect full services for all area veterans up and running by July 1st. Among Hurricane Sandy's bad deeds and resulting work, the hospital's MRI unit was destroyed and removed from the ground floor. Thousands of square feet of clinic space on the ground floor had to be gutted and thoroughly cleaned after floodwaters did their worst. The ground floor is also vacant of walls, flooring, and ceiling in the aftermath of the cleanup. While the rest of the building remains closed to patients during repairs, some patients were being seen in the hospital's lobby before this week. Elevators were cleaned and fitted with new cable, new wire was installed to support fire protection and suppression systems, and giant generators, once immersed in Sandy's slimy floodwaters, are being prepared for removal from the building.
We've got photos and video of this year's National Salute to Veterans events across the country. At facilities across America, volunteers and school children help VA employees pay tribute to veterans and service members who come to VA for care.
In New York, comedian Charlie Murphy made his first visit as a first-time National Salute chairman to the New York Harbor VA healthcare system. At the DC VA Medical Center, Miss Washington visited veterans and employees, as did Mrs. Washington State at the Spokane VA, Miss Michigan at the Detroit VA Medical Center, and Miss Maryland at the Baltimore VA. We received a few video packages we wanted to share with you. First, from Salt Lake City.
A wide array of visitors made their way through harsh winter conditions in Salt Lake City to visit veterans at the George E. Wallen Medical Center. Visitors ranging from a football fan club to NBA cheerleaders and a local hockey team. But most prominently, the wife of the Medal of Honor recipient this facility is named after. That's Melba, wife of the late George E. Wallen, and a frequent visitor here.
How are you?
Mrs. Wallen and her daughters took time to hand out Valentine carnations to veterans receiving care here.
Well, hey, you think you're not much of anything until somebody like this comes along. Boy, she's pretty well known around here.
This week-long salute is really carried out and made possible by hundreds of volunteers.
We've had over 250 volunteers thus far this week come in and visit our vets and hope that more come.
The National Salute to Veterans is not only a nice way to let veterans know they're not forgotten, but also helps bring in hundreds of new volunteers to the VA.
And really when they come, they build relationships with these veterans, and that's what gets them coming back for more, and we're excited about that.
Well, you take care of yourself and get back with your family.
I'm anxious to.
And here, happy Valentines.
1, 2, 3.
You only get one.
Can you tell me what it meant to you to have Mrs. Wallen come and pay a visit?
in tears.
I want to introduce Miss Texas 2012.
Yeah, that's right. Hi. Cool. Are you having a good Valentine's Day so far?
Yes, ma'am. So far, yes.
Okay, well, we just want you to know how much we love and appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, thank you for your service. We certainly appreciate it.
Appreciate those. Oh, my Lord. These people are doing it right.
That's right. That's right.
Here's a quick look at images from some of the other National Salute and Valentines for Veterans events.
Skokie, welcome Aaron Tippin.
The March edition of The American Veteran has been produced and is available to view. Here's host Matt Webb to tell us what to look for in VA's Emmy-winning show.
In this month's edition of The American Veteran, we take a look at the proud history of African American service members, a pilot program designed to improve healthcare outcomes for veterans, building a genetic bank for healthcare research, and remembering the Tuskegee Airmen. That's what's in store. Hope you'll join us.
The American Veteran can be found on the VA homepage. Just click on Media Room, then Video. You can also watch it on the VA YouTube page, VA's Knowledge Network, the Content Distribution Network, and the Pentagon Channel.
There also is a new Still Serving airing. This edition was produced and reported by Melody Mercer of the Philadelphia Insurance Center. It's about battle-wounded Vietnam veteran Denny Smith from Philly. Since the war, Smith's life has been about helping veterans and wrapped around 2 Vietnam memorials, the one in D.C., the other in Philadelphia.
The memorial means a lot, not only to the fallen people, but also to the living people, as well as their families, and respect that our brethren here have a very, very high place in the city of Philadelphia, and that they are recognized for their contributions to our country.
First day it was dedicated, I came here, and I noticed my brother's name on the wall, and I've been coming here every day since.
Still Serving can be found on the VA homepage. Just click on Media Room, then Video. You can also view it on the VA YouTube page, VA's Knowledge Network, the Content Distribution Network, and the Pentagon Channel.
Did you know one of the most decorated African American soldiers in the Union Army was a former South Carolina slave forced to serve with the Confederate Navy? His story is remarkable by any account. Robert Smalls led 3 other slaves in the theft of a Confederate gunship steamer, the Planter, on which they worked. Totally embarrassing the rebels, Smalls piloted the Planter to the nearest Union blockade and surrendered the boat. He then enlisted in the Union Navy, served as a pilot on several ships until he was rewarded for his bravery and commissioned captain of the Planter for the last 18 months of the war. After the war, Smalls settled in this house in Beaufort, South Carolina. He was elected to public office and served 5 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives, beginning in 1875. He died in Beaufort on February 22, 1915, and is buried there at the Tabernacle Baptist Church Cemetery. The Army named a logistics support vessel for him in 2004. A section of Highway 170 in Beaufort bears his name, as does a local school. Well, that's this week's show. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ann Chapieski.
And I'm Adam Anasich. Have a great day and rest of your week, everyone.